Hey King, thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're going to discuss a very rare yet hilarious phenomenon, this being when a lolcow creates an alt account for the sole purpose of trolling themselves. Now I personally know of two examples of this occurring. King Cobra JFS created an account many years ago called PeachMonster666, the other being Chris Chan with the account he made Jenkins Jinkies. If there are any other examples of this occurring that you know about, please let me know in the comment section below. I truly find this whole situation of self-trolling to be fascinating. Trolls are the one thing that every lolcow deals with and absolutely detests with every fiber of their being. Many trolls end up becoming main characters within the particular lolcow verse that they decide to attach themselves to. Think the titans like Music Biz Marty for Cyrax or Clyde Cash for Chris Chan, and for a time Cobra with a K for King Cobra. These individuals, along with an army of nameless fans behind them, are often the catalyst that drives the lolcow to do interesting stuff. Sure, it can be a little morally gray at times, but without the trolls acting as a spark plug, we wouldn't have gotten some of the greatest moments in lolcow history. An interesting dynamic forms between the lolcow and the troll over time. It's a sort of symbiotic yet parasitic relationship where the troll will scheme to get a reaction out of the lolcow, creating content for the fans to enjoy, elevating the both of them. It's a bit of a mixed bag on how much either the troll or the lolcow benefit from this relationship. The lolcow will likely tell you that they don't benefit whatsoever and that they would get rid of the trolls in a heartbeat if they could, but what they don't realize is that the trolls are the ones that truly made them. In the case of our two subjects of this video, King Cobra and Chris Chan, both of them have profited immensely off of their infamy. If you think that sounds crazy and not true, let me ask you, are you able to run your bank account into the negative by hundreds of dollars just to turn on a stream, sit and pout with your arms crossed, and have people start throwing money at you? No? Well, King Cobra JFS can. Also, he can sell painted sticks for literally hundreds of dollars a piece. Chris Chan, who violated his mother in one of the worst ways possible, is still able to sell artwork that looks like a kindergartner drew it for hundreds of dollars a piece, and the man sells gravel from his driveway, for God's sake. And people do buy it. The only reason King Cobra doesn't live in his dream clock tower mansion, or Chris had money issues when his father passed, is because they're both highly regarded. Anyone who is even a little bit competent with money could be extremely well off in either of their situations, but honestly the fact that they would both be absolutely destitute without a massive support structure just adds to the comedy. I do have a confession, however. I may have been slightly dishonest with you in the beginning of the video when I said that they made these accounts for the sole purpose of trolling themselves. See, the self-trolling is actually a bit of a side effect of their true intention of creating the account, that being espionage. They wanted to infiltrate the ranks of the trolls, so these self-deprecating videos were made to appear more legit to the other trolls, gaining their trust and learning their secrets, allowing the lolcow to destroy the trolls once and for all. However, we have established that neither King Cobra or Chris Chan are all that competent, so they were sniffed out almost instantly. Now, there are many factors that led to the downfall of PeachMonster666 and Jenkins Jinkies, such as neither one of them putting in that much effort into concealing their identity. Both of them wear a disguise as their alter ego, but I will give points to King Cobra as he did manage to put in slightly more effort into his disguise. He was wearing his Halloween costume ghost face mask with skeleton gloves, and he filmed in a dark room.
Greetings, YouTube. PeachMonster666 is back from beyond the grave, here to troll you.
Cobra did set the bar pretty high by lolcow standards with that one, I'll give him that, so it's no surprise that Chris Chan doesn't even come close to having as good of a disguise.
Show for Clyde Cash, and you're on the quick key.
Okay, you know what? I take that back. Chris has a much better disguise. The white t-shirt, double D's hanging out, the blue towel on his head, it all just screams internet troll to me. I want you to understand, Cobra and Chris really thought they were cooking here. They thought that they would fit right in with all of the other trolls, because obviously all of the trolls dress up as supervillains when they go to type their mean comments and make their rant videos about our heroes. It's such a childish form of demonization from them. I mean, I'm no psychologist or anything, but I feel like the reason they thought this would be convincing is that they can't fathom a normal person just simply getting a laugh off of them. For someone to be what they consider a troll, they have to be evil. And what do they think of when they think of evil? Well, Saturday morning cartoon villains. Sure, this may pertain a bit more to Chris than it does to Cobra, but both of them definitely have a childish view of the world. I mean, Chris really believes that all of the superheroes and villains truly exist in other dimensions, so he's a lost cause. But Cobra has said things like if he was president, he would just establish world peace, as if, you can just do that. But only after he legalized all drugs and prostitution for 21 and up, of course. Getting back to the clips, however, you may have noticed that both of them put on a bit of a voice to further obscure their identity. Peach Monster and Jenkins Jinkies both have a slightly deeper voice than Cobra and Chris. However, they both still speak with the same exact cadence, so the ruse is quite easy to see through. But now that we have all the basic info out of the way, let's take a look at the videos that were produced by our trolls. We're going to start with Peach Monster 666, who actually produced two videos, an introduction titled Peach Monster 666, my first video, and then the troll video aptly titled Fuck You Gothic King Cobra. So let's dive in.
Greetings, YouTube. I am Peach Monster 666, and I welcome you to my channel of doom. I am going to troll and destroy you all. And any of you fuckers who respond to me are just hypocrites, cause you're trolling too. So fuck you and have a nice day. And pleasant YouTubing. And remember, the Peach Monster 666 has spoken. Go to hell, cocksuckers. Fuck Justin Bieber. Fuck the mainstream. Fuck it all. The Peach Monster 666 has spoken. Yes.
I'm going to say right off the bat that this video was made 13 years ago, and it's probably the most vulgar video that Cobes has ever produced. It is a nice time capsule, however. I kind of forgot that there was some massive hate campaign against Justin Bieber at one point. I honestly have no idea why it was such a big thing. I mean, I never liked his music, but that's because I'm a metal guy, and who knows, maybe that's why Peach Monster 666 hated him too. I mean, those skeleton gloves are pretty metal, to be honest.
Fuck all of you. You'll never guess my identity because I am a secret YouTuber, yes. This is my trolling account, the one and only Peach Monster 666. Fuck all of you. Sniff that, you cock-sucking motherfuckers. And remember, the Peach Monster 666 has spoken.
I absolutely lost it when I seen this for the first time. Him so confidently saying that you'll never find out his identity because he's a secret YouTuber, and then he makes a fart sound. I don't know, maybe I'm just a 5-year-old, but this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I mean, Cobra fooled absolutely no one. They instantly found out who it was behind the darkness. Now, I'm not 100% sure if they found him out off of this video right away, or if this video flew under the radar until he made his second video as Peach Monster. But just the way that Cobra trips and falls his way into being a comedic genius is amazing. Because again, you gotta remember that he was 100% serious when making this video.
So in conclusion, I want y'all to remember that I am the one and only Peach Monster 666. You will never guess my identity. Fuck all of you. And remember, I'll kill you all with my comments of evil. Yes, I am the king of all trolls. You will never stop me. Yes, indeed. You will never, ever stop me. Never, ever. In conclusion, go to hell and suck a dick. Later, dick lickers.
That was a hell of an introduction. He would have definitely earned my sub if I was a fellow troll at the time, but this really does go to show a complete lack of understanding of what a troll is, because this is how you get bullied. I really don't think anyone would rally behind old Peach Monster 666. In fact, if this wasn't Cobra and it was some random guy doing the same shtick, people would have definitely defended Cobra and trolled this guy too. So now let's take a look at the other video made as Peach Monster. Fair warning, it's not nearly as good as the first one. Somehow the audio quality got significantly worse than the first video, but I'll fix it up a little bit, and yeah, we'll take a quick look.
Greetings, YouTube. Peach Monster 666 is back from beyond the grave. Here to troll you, Gothic King Cobra. Yes. Your videos are so pathetic. You think you can play guitar. The truth is, you suck. So we go to your stupid gay channel. and we realize that you're a mediocre guitar player.
I find this to be fascinating, actually. Cobra in particular seems to be able to self-reflect when he is talking about himself in the third person, such as here when he is no longer King Cobra, instead he is Peach Monster, so he's able to accurately point out that he is a mediocre guitar player. Now, sure, you could argue that he only said this because his trolls say that all the time and he's trying to blend in, and that's probably true, because if you were to ask Cobra how good of a guitar player he is, he would tell you that he's amazing. But in this instance, along with his ventriloquist dummy Sean, it does show that he is fully capable of self-reflection, but often needs to separate himself from it.
The legendary Gothic King Cobra. Yes, I've been gone for a year, in the battles of hell, consuming souls. Avoiding copyright lawsuits. What's this gay shit about?
Good evening, YouTube. Got King Cobra here on the radio. Now, made success on the second iPod video. First time I did something like that, I wasn't sure which way to hold the camera so my face was like it is now, right straight up, and got that figured out. Now I run smoking videos whenever I want.
No one cares.
However, I'd like to express
Some concern, he says. Some concern. Yes, I agree. Lion Slicer. I agree. This guy is a faggot. Yes.
That moment is pure gold. I did have to cut out a bunch of silence where he was navigating his own channel, and I really don't know what he was on about with being in hell for a year devouring souls, but this is why I love looking into these goofballs so much. You just cannot make something up this good.
And so the trolling begins. Now, I've heard legends of the way you deal with your supposed trolls, Gothic King Cobra, and you say, oh, trolls don't bother me. They obviously do. Otherwise, you wouldn't say shit like, fuck off, trolls. I've also heard that you're supposedly an excellent guitar player. Well, I beg to differ. I don't play guitar. Guitar's for pussies. Real men play with their fingers like this.
As a real man, I can confirm that we all absolutely do that. Anyway though, Peach Monster is correct about one thing. The trolls do bother King Cobra immensely, and to the point that his mind broke and he began trolling himself. Again, you just can't make this stuff up.
How to tune your guitar. Oh, let's just see what this video's about. Oh, look at him with this faggot and the spikes.
this is Gothic King. I can't just fall. Hey YouTube, this is Gothic King.
Farting is so immature.
Farted.
Fuck you, Gothic King.
Anyway, how to tune your guitar? Now, if you can't tune it by ear, all the shit you can do.
Is that a PC Rich? Oh my god, you are such a faggot.
Sounds correct. Let's check it.
Oh.
Go up to the fourth fret. Down to the third fret. Sorry, man, the first three strings you used.
Oh, that is some shitty guitar playing. You know what, Gothic King Cobra? Fuck you. Sincerely. I've come across your channel one too many times. People are always like, oh, Gothic King Cobra this and Gothic King Cobra that. Fuck you. You are a piece of shit. You're a wannabe emo faggot goth loser who's never going to make it in the music industry. So in conclusion, my little Peach Monster fans, the Peach Monster 666 has spoken. Go to hell and suck a dick. Until next time, fuck you, Gothic King Gerber, and fuck all of you. Peach Monster 666 has spoken. Pleasant nightmares.
This was such a nothing video. Sure, there were some funny parts, and he was a bit brutal to himself, but it was just too obvious that it was King Cobra behind the mask the whole time. If he wanted to be a bit more believable, he should have, in quotations, trolled a few other people before himself, as at this time, King Cobra wasn't very well known. I think he had less than 5,000 subs at this time, so it's a bit weird for a new troll content creator to be born and then instantly target King Cobra. But this would have required a little bit more effort, and that is something that King Cobra and other Lolcows really don't like putting into their content, so this is what we get. As far as Aftermath goes, I'm pretty sure he, just like every other controversy in the Cobraverse, he just moved on to the next thing. Like, I don't think he ever really addressed this ever, he just abandoned the channel and never spoke of it. It's actually still up, which I find pretty funny, but now let's move on to our other example of self-trolling with Jenkins Jinkies.
For Floyd Kirsch and everybody else on the quick key. I hate Christian Western Cheddar because he is a lazy slob. The money is wasted on him. He doesn't have to work for this money. Damn him. And also, he is unfriendly to us males. He should be friendly to his males. Really ticks me off. Anyway, I have been touring him. I sent him nice emails in the beginning when I started reading the comics. And then he did not reply, so that I sent him a bunch of curses. I did not pretend to be, a whole bunch of other companies like that, such. Obviously, delete my emails, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I pledge my allegiance to Lolcows and everybody else in the quick key. I'll get the information on Christian Western Chamber. I'm sorry I have been taking so long in doing this, but I was just getting settled into my new home across the street from his house. Black sheep of the family. They live in the house, and they promised not to tell my family back up in Boston. And of course, also I have trolled him. I found him over at the Burger King on the way back to Boston from South Virginia, as I have created the famous Burger King page. Thank you very much. Lolcows, you rule.
I just let the whole thing play through as I didn't feel it was necessary to interject. The audio in this clip is absolutely disgusting, and I genuinely can't understand most of what is being said, which is why I turned on the subtitles. YouTube also couldn't comprehend most of what he was saying, so it just came out as incoherent garbage, but that's still very funny. When comparing this video to the Peach Monster videos, Jenkins Jinkies is much less harsh on Chris than Peach Monster was on Cobra. I chalk this up to Chris's ego not allowing him to say anything negative about himself, even in an attempt to fool his trolls into believing that he is one of them. I mean, the worst thing that Jenkins had to say about Chris is that he doesn't have to work for his money, and damn him for that. But basically, this just translates to the trolls are upset that Chris is so much better than them, and then when you consider that this jackass being Chris Chan literally believes himself to be Jesus Christ nowadays, it is no surprise that this is what his pea-brain would be able to muster up for a troll attempt. Now, there are a few more things I want to discuss about this situation, as there is some really funny stuff. Chris may not have put a lot of effort into a disguise or the troll attempt, but the storyteller that he is, Jenkins Jinkies has a very deep and detailed backstory. To quote the quickie, Jenkins Jinkies is a bi-curious teenager from Boston who happens to be staying with a distant relative who lives across the street from Chris's house in Ruckersville. Jenkins is also said to have two male friends that he is very close to, both 16 years old at the time of the character's appearance on the Troll and Train forum, who are called Jerry and Dino. Jenkins says that he had sexual relations and intercourse with his friend Jerry. This is an unusual story to tell from Chris, considering his negative views towards homosexuality, perhaps showing Chris's own homosexual thoughts or fantasies. However, this may have been an attempt to throw the trolls off and hide Jenkins' true identity as Chris, end quote. I do believe that Chris writing such a detail into the backstory of his troll character is there to throw off the other trolls, but it's also to throw shade at the trolls, because make no mistake, Chris hates gay men, so I genuinely believe that this was him trying to defame the trolls in his own head. The aftermath of this is pretty obvious. Jenkins' identity was revealed almost instantly, but Clyde Cash, who Chris pledged allegiance to in the video by the way, let this go on for a bit, messing with Chris. I believe they got him to smash his PS3 as there was a bounty on it for $9,001 that Chris thought he could claim by smashing it himself. I don't know if this is related to the Jenkins Jinkies situation, but it is on the same page of the quickie, so I presume that Chris attempted to claim the reward as Jenkins Jinkies, but I'm not entirely sure. Chris also didn't get the money, obviously, which is really funny that they got him to smash his own PS3, but of course PayPig Weens had to come along and ruin it by giving Chris money, allowing him to raise enough money to buy a new one within a few days. So that sucks, but that's pretty much it for the topic of lolcows trolling themselves. It's a fun, short-lived little wrinkle in these stories that I find incredible. It could be as simple as another doomed to fail attempt of the lolcow to get back at the trolls, or it could be some deep psychological phenomenon. I'm not really the guy to make that call either way, but what I do know is that I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one very soon. Have a blessed day, and peace out.